Okay, it's time for my Hereafter Rebellion run, and I'm going to start by buffing ribs, and I will also buff my Goblet of Honor. Then I'm going to queue dungeon up. And this is a run based on me already having the hero quest line done for that dungeon on all heroes. I also have a few minutes left on my statue buff, and a few, a couple of days left on this Andromeda's for Steadfast Blessing as well. My gear is just kind of crummy, but still good. And here we go. So when you first get in here, if you haven't done the hero quest lines, you need to come over here to this guy, start it up, and then there'll be some other people for you to talk to in here, and then you'll summon heroes and begin their quest lines. Once this timer at the top of this little window has begun, you can then start taking your first 4 souls here. Pick any one of them, it doesn't matter which. And you'll wait till 15:00 in order to make your start. There are a few souls that may or may not spawn up top, early access, and sometimes they spawn later in the dungeon. You just kind of gotta play it by ear based on what it shows you when you're in the dungeon. Sometimes that changes, but that's okay. So if you're standing inside this dungeon, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go straight out this gate and come right up here and go right around this rock right there that my cursor's on. That one there. So here we go, we're about ready to start. And boost a little bit. Sometimes that soul's there, sometimes it's not. Gonna go right around the dog, either side, doesn't matter, just try not to aggro him. Come up this little side trail on the tree. About halfway up, you're gonna get a soul that you can summon. Get off your mount and make sure you're kind of close to the tree, because sometimes you can fall over the edge when you're dismounting. Get rid of that guy. Summon the soul. Jump down in here. Always resummon my mount and get it ready, and then I summon my archer. Get back on the mount and run as quickly as possible out the chute to the left. Get about right here. Tell the archer to attack. Get on this side. Wait for her to aggro over here where my cursor's at. When she pulls him outside the gate, you can summon these souls for free if you do it correctly. Immediately, then you're going to want to recall her. That's that button right there where my cursor's at. You're going to run straight back up that trail that you just got. Summon this soul. Get your mount back out. Alright, so now at this point we have another soul that just happens to be at the front of the run here. So you're going to get this one for free. Then we're going to go get our heroes back at the start. I'm going to get the healer, Marion Noriette, Prince Isan, the archer, and Cook Kurt. And that's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to get down here and tell them to charge. And then I'm going to go in on them too. Now remember, I'm a melee class, so I do have damage. So for those of you who may not have the same class or a damage dealing class, you may have to augment this run just a small bit. So if you have a group with harpies, target them first, unless there are harbingers present, and then you would need to target the harbinger first, and then the harpies. In groups like this that do not have catapults or trebuchets. So now I've got 2 more. I'm going to summon 2 archers because they deal heavy damage. And then I'm only going to target the trebuchet here. Because the faster you kill the trebuchet or any tower in this dungeon, the faster the mobs cease to spawn. So you want to get that down as quickly as possible so the mobs are easier to deal with. Because if not, they'll just continuously spawn over and over and over again. So now that that's done, we want to get those archers targeting all the mobs now. Get them dead as quickly as possible. If you don't think you have time to kill everything and get the loot, skip the loot. You can come back at the end and get it. So from there, you're going to go over the fence here. Check to the right. Sometimes there's a soul here for free, but there's not one today. And sometimes there's one right under the bridge, but there's also not one today. So I'm going to take what I've got and go down here to this tower and tell my people to do the same exact thing. And they're going to run in. And once they've targeted everything, I'm going to jump in, target the tower. Oh no, I died. It's okay. I just gotta get back down there quickly. Usually I have 2 healers by that point, but because I didn't have the extra souls I was anticipating, I just have to modify the run. The tower's dead. We've recovered. Not a big deal. Alright, I'm going to take that opportunity to go ahead and get my second healer. Alright, so there's going to be a waterfall-like stream here. You're going to go up that stream from there. Get off your mount. So there are no harbingers here, so I'll target harpies first. And then I'll go in here and suck them all in. Whirlwind slash, tiger strike. And get my soul. Alright. Proceeding in the same method, right up here towards this green summoner, there's going to be another portal. You could then summon people if you needed to. And then you just rinse, repeat that process we just did. Harpies first, in this little group here. Alright, once you're done with that, there's going to be a little side trail over here that I usually go down. And I usually get my swim fins on at this point. Since there are no harpies, I'm just going to target the Lost Warriors. And then I'm going to jump in, suck them up, whirlwind slash, tiger strike, as before. Grab my soul. Since I'm wearing swim fins now. Also, you got to make sure you don't run into your guys. Sometimes they can get in your way, so just go around them. So same thing right here. We're just going to jump in, suck them all up. Tiger strike, whirlwind slash. Alright, grab the soul. And we're going to put my regular clothes back on. So now right here, sometimes there's a harbinger right there in the middle, but I don't see him this run, so I'm going to go ahead and run my harpies instead. Grab this soul. Now I should have another soul back here somewhere. Yeah, right here. So if he's not at the front of the dungeon like you anticipate, he's back here normally. Oh, well, crap. Because my fat dragon needs more room to summon. So I'm going to get a healer and another archer. So there's a harbinger. He's almost always here, but not always. So get him first. Once you send your troops in, you're going to dive bomb him, kill him first, because if you don't, he's going to put a shield up for all the rest of the people in his group. And you don't want that to happen. And then you get your soul. Right here, there's always going to be a harbinger. So we're going to run in there. Same thing, we want to get him down first. And then there's another harbinger we got coming. So sometimes you aggro the bottom group at the same time. Alright, so he did his shield thing that he does, which is unfortunate. Sometimes you can't help it. It happens. You just gotta do your best to kill him and then focus the rest of the mobs as best you can. Once he's down though, everything else should be a little easier. And if you got enough healers on the way in, you should be okay. Just make sure you're using your skills pretty effectively. Fight if you got to. Keep tiger striking the mobs until eventually you'll get them all dead. And if there's any left down there at the bottom, finish them off, which is what they're doing. Once you get both these sections clear, normally I do them one at a time, but sometimes they do aggro. But once you get that done, you're going to hop back on your mount and you're going to recall all your people. Alright, sometimes there's a mob spawn right there, or a soul spawn right there, but I don't see it. So we're just gonna I've got 25 souls now. You can see that here. I'll run back over here to the dog, back down that little trail. And this time I'm going to the right, because there's a portal right here. So I'm sort of behind the dog. I'm going to summon my 4 heroes again right here. And only my 4 heroes. Back on my mount to try to save time. And they're going to get right here. Once they get over to you. Wait, hold on. Prince Eson's not here. Wait. Yeah, he is. Okay. He just didn't show up. Alright, so here we go. We're going to hit that. And send him in. Then you're going to yeet to the other side behind. I do 6 archers and 7 healers, or sometimes 7 archers and 6 healers. It just really just depends on what you think you need that particular run. Remembering to use my skills all the time, and then I'm going to continuously do damage to him. Also, if you have a tiger strike on your bar, you should use it, because occasionally he stops taking as much damage, and you want to make sure you tiger strike him so he'll start taking heavier amounts of damage again if you're a melee. So just throw all your skills at him that you can. Alright, when he gets to level 5, he does this skill where he does the skill here. It's like a fire skill, and it does AoE fire damage, so you want to be outside that circle when he does that. And he does that periodically throughout the rest of the fight. Because it will hurt you. So we're just going to keep doing that as much as possible. Don't forget to use your own skills. That does hurt. Make sure you're using the army skills on cooldown. Yeah, I just tiger struck him, and he's gonna go down really fast right here. Well, he was, until I got bubbled into the air. Alright, I got him. So that's that. If you still have less than 600 points, loot dog, and then just go find some random mobs to kill with your army, and it'll finish that off. So I just come down here. I'll do Harbinger first again in typical fashion. But I'm really not trying to kill all these guys. I'm just trying to get enough points to get to 600, which I've already met. If you can manage to do it, but, you know, it never hurts to have good practice. And once you're done with that, you're done. You can then recall all your heroes. A perfect 600 score. So that's how you recover in that one section where I aggroed both sections at once. And yeah, good to go. Thanks all for watching.